Hello, I'm ABXToyCam, welcome back to another video. Today we're going through 5 secret uses for the Brewing Stand in Minecraft, because the Brewing Stand is such a wacky block with so many weird characteristics that you can use this in a lot of secret ways that I think you might just like, or at very least will be interested in today's video. So please do like it if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and lets know you do like it. I want to see more secret uses videos, but yeah, let's get straight into it already, shall we? And let's start with the first secret use for the Brewing Stand, which is actually to do with the direction that it faces, because, you know, when you try to place down a Brewing Stand, you might have noticed that it will always face in the same way. You can't directionally make the one point a different way. It's always going to point with the 2 this way and the 1 that way. Why is this relevant? Well, it basically means that the Brewing Stand can be used kind of like a compass, but better than a regular compass because it actually points to a direction, because the single point, you know, the 1 of the 3, will always point to the east. So if you're down below the ground, you can always find out which direction east is, and you can actually use Brewing Stands, if you take like 5 or 6 of them, kind of like a way to map out your surroundings, or just keep breaking it and replacing it. And I think it's kind of cool that you can actually use the Brewing Stand kind of like an east-facing compass if you're below the ground, or, you know, just can't see the sun for some reason, and I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, the first secret use for the Brewing Stand is that it always faces east. I don't know why, you know, there's no way to change its direction. I'd kind of like that, but, you know, it does have a use, and if you're underground, then you can use that to your advantage. So yeah, always facing east is kind of nice, but the second secret use is actually to do with the heights of it, because you might think that the Brewing Stand, you know, is just a full block tool, and maybe there's a little bit of a height on this, like it's carpet height, but truth be told, the Brewing Stand has very, very bizarre heights. So the height of the Brewing Stand isn't actually a full block like you might think. It's 0.875 blocks, and this is usually, you know, pretty irrelevant, because it usually just means, oh yeah, it's just a block tool, but, you know, slightly different. But it actually has a bunch of bizarre little, quirks, and the first one to show you here is if you try to jump from a Brewing Stand to, let's say, you know, to a block with a repeater on, because a repeater adds the tiniest bit of height to it, it means that you actually can't from the top, because it turns to 1.25 blocks, which is higher than you can jump. So you can't make this jump, even though it seems like you should, but yeah, if we go to a regular dirt block, we can. So yeah, it's just one of those bizarre things where it seems like it should work, but it doesn't. And then the bottom of the Brewing Stand is 0.125 blocks. Again, this is just little enough that it makes a small difference, but you can use this to do some very different things that you might not think are possible. So, for instance, you know, you can jump onto like 1.25 blocks, and it's a tiny thing, but it's something that does exist in a slightly bizarre thing. So, yeah, that's the second secret use here. It has 2 very bizarre heights, and if you put a carpet on it, it gives it the full height, even though it doesn't seem like there's a change in the height, there actually is, and that's that. Also, wait, just to show you here, right here, if you want to like picture that in snow, basically the bottom of the Brewing Stand is this tool, so you can see if I crouch over, there's no change in height whatsoever, and the top of the Brewing Stand, as bizarre as it might seem, because 8 layers of snow are actually the same height as a block, it's actually the same as 8 layers of snow, so you can see there's a slight drop onto this, and then there's no drop across there. So yeah, very bizarre thing right there. Heights of blocks are weird, and Brewing Stand was one of the weirdest blocks as far as how big and how wide the block is. So yeah, that's the second one right there. The third secret use of the Brewing Stand, I feel like we have to have a potion-based one, even though there aren't too many, you know, like massive secrets, like a secret potion, because everyone would know about that. But there are a couple of things to the Brewing Stand that a lot of people don't know. So the first one here is that you can actually use the same effect on lots of potions at the same time. So for instance, up here, I believe we have some glowstone dust in there. You can actually change 3 potions all at the same time. I mean, these are all maxed out potions, but it actually will have the same effect on all of them. Actually, do we have some gunpowder lying around anywhere? Let's try and find some of that before it actually runs out. So let's go ahead and let's quickly change this before anything happens. So yeah, we take that out, and we put in the gunpowder instead, and yeah, these will all change to splash potions. A lot of people don't know that the same effect can be applied to lots of different things, but it is actually true. So when this is finished, in a few seconds, we'll actually end up with 3 different potions, and that's, you know, kind of nice, and it means that you don't have to, you know, use 3 gunpowder dust for something that can be honestly done with 1, that a lot of people might do. So yeah, that's a kind of a bizarre thing right there. Just while we're here, I'll do a little bit of parkour and show you that you can't jump from Brewing Stand to the base of another Brewing Stand, but you can jump from a carpet on a Brewing Stand to the base of one, and now we can go in here, and you can see 3 splash potions, all from the same bit of gunpowder dust. So yeah, that's a cool little secret that you might not have known about. If you do know about it, I think to me it seemed rather obvious, but I always see people like, you know, use 1 and 1 and 1, and in case that's you, now you know not to, and you can save yourself some effort. So the next one here is actually to do with basically the Brewing Stand versus the furnace, because you might figure that if you put, you know, if you put one of those in midway, then if you like with you know, other types of fuel, if you take it out, or if you take one out and do that again, then it's going to stop the thing. But that's not actually how it works at all. And interestingly enough, you can actually put stuff in at the last minute, and it will still brew just the same. So we're going to do this at just the last minute, and you can see if we just put it in there now, then they're all going to have the same effect as if they were in there the whole time. And you can use this to your advantage if you're brewing potions en masse, because, you know, you can put one in there, then when the other ones brew, you can put those in there too. And yeah, it's just one of those handy little things. If you want to make lots of potions at the same time, but you don't want to wait till they're all done, you can just make one and then do it that way. Also, while we're here, a lot of people think that the fermented spider eye has to be put in after you put in, you know, the Neverwort to make an awkward potion, but it's actually the only potion in the game which can be brewed directly directly from water bottles, as you just saw there. So that's kind of like 2 secret uses, but just kind of a brewing stand one. Yeah, hopefully you know a little bit more about how the brewing stand works as a brewing stand, because the last secret use is another one of these that's really weird. So in addition to being, you know, the really bizarrely tool block, and in addition to always pointing east and almost being a compass, the brewing stand has one very bizarre last functionality that I can't work out why they put it in the game, but it's kind of interesting anyway, because if we just block ourselves up into the darkness, have you ever been in complete darkness and just not able to see anything? Obviously right now is not a good example, but have you ever been in that situation? Because in this case, the brewing stand has the tiniest bit of use because it has the lowest light level of the game of light level 1. So you will not believe just how dim this is, because if we place it down, you can see there is light coming out of this thing. Exactly why they decided to put the lowest amount of light that can be put on a block in the game onto the brewing stand is beyond me, because you can only spot it if you go into the darkest areas possible. But yeah, it means that if you are trapped in a cave at night, you have no torches, nothing like that. You just have cobblestone and you have some some blaze rods on you. What you can technically do is you can make yourself a brewing stand, and it will make things the tiniest bit clearer. Only on the block that it's on, but it means that you'll be able to see, is that a ceiling, is that what? And yeah, again, if you want the tiniest little bit of use from something, that's what you can do. So we're going to break it from here just to, you know, show you that like it has the tiniest effect when it goes and comes. But yeah, I thought that was something that you might all just enjoy. The brewing stand has a lot of bizarre functionality in this game, and you know, sometimes it makes weird potions, sometimes it works really as a block, and I don't know why they made it this way, but it does make for an interesting block. So yeah, that's 5 secret uses you might not have known about for the brewing stand. Hopefully you did all enjoy the video. Like I said earlier, let me know if you do want to see more secret uses video with a comment down below or a like on the video. Also share the video if you really liked it, because it helps out the channel even more, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one giving you mini tips and stuff about Minecraft every single day, and if you subscribe you'll see them all daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.